lifestyle. Now, I just had a birthday and I'm definitely in the 60 something group. How did that happen? I have no idea. Where does the time go? But I digress. I was challenged to do something different. And because of this, voila, here is my YouTube channel. Challenge? Channel? Anyways, you take your pick. Here's another recent change that I've made in my life. I have made the transition from being vegetarian, which I have been for most of my life, to being fully vegan. You're wondering, what's the difference between the two? Is there a difference between the two? Yes, there is. A small difference, but a difference nonetheless. I have been mostly vegan. I haven't had eggs or butter or dairy, but I did have one little, big little issue, and that was cheese. I love cheese, and that was difficult for me to make the switch to veganism, but I did it. Finally, knowing that I've made this switch. People ask me, so what do you really eat, anyways? And I would say, yummy food, duh. I eat fruits, grains, nuts, peas, beans, vegetables, and of course, you can't forget the lovely herbs that make your food taste much better. They're so delectable and they season so well. They take your meals up a notch. No, several notches. I'm going to share with you one of my favorite breakfast sandwiches. It's an open faced sandwich. Yes, I know sandwiches usually mean, or they mean, having two slices of bread with something in the middle, but I like to have more of what's in between the bread than the actual bread itself. So to make that happen, I have an open-faced sandwich where I will have one slice of bread and another slice of bread, and I put my toppings on top. Now, with this particular breakfast sandwich, the great bonus is there is absolutely no cooking involved, but the taste is absolutely amazing. Having a plant based diet makes me have energy, a sense of general well being, and good mental clarity. It definitely gets my daily intake off to a great start. I know that eating a plant based diet has served me immeasurably well through my congenital health issues, helping me to thrive and have a level of abundant health I would not have enjoyed otherwise. So, I'd like to share with you my go to breakfast open faced sandwich. I need cherry tomatoes sliced in halves, cucumbers thinly sliced, about a quarter of a cucumber, a yellow onion, also thinly sliced, maybe a half of a small yellow onion, extra virgin olive oil, Celtic sea salt, I like that best, and of course, you would have to have the two slices of bread. In my case, I used kamut and unbleached flour bread, which I actually made myself. Yes, except for the bread, I put all of these items in a bowl. So I put the cucumbers, the tomatoes, the onions. I put a little bit of sea salt in there, and I put the extra virgin olive oil on that as well to let them all blend together. You can add other things in there like cayenne pepper and stuff. I let it blend in there for like 2 to 3 minutes while I get the other components to my breakfast ready, because I may have oatmeal, or I may have a hot beverage, or I may have a fruit that I start with. So to make the sandwich, I simply layer the bread. On each slice, I would put first of all the cucumbers, then I would put the tomatoes with the onions, and then when all of that is on the bread nicely, I would spoon over or drizzle on top of each slice the oil that was in the bowl. And that's just how it's done. Now, there are varying variations to this recipe. or for this particular sandwich. There is no real hard or fast way to do it. You can use whatever is on hand. I generally like to use cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes because I find the flavor of those tomatoes actually gives this sandwich a really lovely flavor. And I would actually use the English cucumbers as well because they don't tend to get as soggy as the other ones. And so that helps it to keep the flavor in as well, much, much better. There are also variations to this. For instance, if I have baby spinach on hand, I would put baby spinach on each slice first. Then I would put the cucumbers. Then I would put the tomatoes. If I had avocados, now that's even better. The avocados I would also put on the bread probably um, right after I put the spinach if I had spinach, or right after I put the cucumbers if I only was using cucumbers at the bottom. And when I'm using avocados though, once they're sliced, I would just put a little bit of lemon juice on top of them, and some people may use lime juice. I've always used lemon. I don't know what it would taste like with lime. And I would put that on there. And once I spoon on the olive oil at the end, I really don't need to add any extra salt. I never put anything on the bread itself before I add my components because I'm going to be spooning the olive oil on top. So I don't put any margarine or olive oil to begin with. This is one of the best meals that I have. I love having this for breakfast. Now, I think if you're trying to become more plant based, I think this is a very simple way for you to get started with a component to your breakfast meal. The reason I say this is because I think that the flavors are so tasty and it's so simple to make. You don't need a lot, and it's so forgiving. You can use different things and put in there instead and add and tweak it this way or tweak it that way just to suit you, to suit your taste. The only thing is I'd like to add, I do use extra virgin olive oil because I find that the other oils are so strong that it takes away from the flavor of these delicate vegetables. For instance, coconut oil, I would not use that because it has a very distinctive flavor. I have not used avocado oil with this, so that may work, but it's up to you what you'd like to try. Now, if you have done something like this, please write and let me know, comment, let me know. And if you are new to wanting to become more vegan or vegetarian, plant-based friendly in your diet, please try it and let me know what you think as well. Thank you for watching and see you next time.